Welcome to MaxLife Man, your trusted channel for men's health after 60. Guided by me, Dr. Sterling Thorne from the Evergreen Peaks Institute. Here, we cut through myths, confront taboos, and bring you the truth every man deserves. Truth about sexual health, testosterone, circulation, and the foods that can either protect or quietly sabotage your strength. Gentlemen, let's start with a reality most men overlook. After 60, the two things that shape your vitality the most are sexual health and nutrition. And yet, these are the two areas men ignore, hide, or misunderstand. On one side, masturbation mistakes, too often the wrong technique or complete abstinence, drain energy, weaken circulation, and suppress testosterone. The Journal of Sexual Medicine and Harvard Health both confirm this. Balance protects, excess or silence destroys. On the other side, what you eat matters more than ever. Fruits and nuts that once seemed harmless may now raise inflammation, disrupt hormones, and damage circulation. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition has shown that certain healthy snacks actually accelerate vascular aging in seniors. Meanwhile, the right choices, pomegranate, walnuts, almonds, boost nitric oxide, preserve prostate health, and restore vitality. Here's the shocker. The very foods or habits you once trusted may now be the ones slowly undermining your manhood. But here's the hope. Science also shows that with the right adjustments, men in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s can regain energy, circulation, and desire. Now let me pause and ask you for one action. Hit that like button. Not for me, for yourself. Because every time you tap like here, you're declaring, I choose health, I choose strength, I refuse silence. And let me bless you directly. May every man who presses like be granted deeper sleep, stronger energy, better blood flow, and the surprising return of confidence. May the universe itself bring you joy, health, and the very change you've been waiting for. So stay with me. Because in the next few minutes, we're going to uncover the masturbation mistakes seniors must avoid and the worst nuts you should never touch after 60, plus the best ones that restore testosterone, circulation, and male vitality. Gentlemen, your age does not decide your health. Your choices do. Let's make the right ones together. Gentlemen, now that we've set the stage, let me tell you exactly where we're headed. In this episode, we're going to do something rare. We're going to connect two worlds that most men keep separate: sexual health habits and daily nutrition. On one side, we'll expose the masturbation mistakes men over 60 make, habits that seem harmless, even routine, but are quietly draining testosterone, weakening blood flow, and leaving the prostate vulnerable. We'll cover frequency, technique, recovery, and the myths that keep too many men silent. And we'll ground every point in science, from Harvard Health to European Urology. On the other side, we'll reveal the truth about nuts after 60. Yes, something as simple as the snack in your kitchen can make or break your vitality. Some nuts, rich in omega-3s, L-arginine, and antioxidants, help restore erections, testosterone, and circulation. But others, high in omega-6, phytates, or hidden sugars, inflame your body, suppress hormones, and sabotage energy. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Mayo Clinic have both sounded alarms on these overlooked dietary traps. So this isn't just about one habit or one food, it's about the system of health that makes or breaks male vitality after 60. Because every choice, what you do in private, what you put on your plate, echoes in your blood flow, your hormones, your confidence. And I promise you this, by the end of this video, you'll know which mistakes to cut out and which foods to lean on, so you can reclaim the strength, the dignity, and the energy that aging never had the right to take away. Overdoing frequency. The first mistake older men make is overdoing frequency. For decades, men were told, the more often, the better. Some even believe daily release is medicine for the prostate. But after 60, the rules of the body change. What once restored energy in your 20s can drain it in your 60s. Science is clear on this point. The Journal of Sexual Medicine, 2019, showed that while regular ejaculation supports prostate health, excessive frequency in older men was linked to pelvic discomfort, reduced sensitivity, and fatigue. Recovery takes longer with age. What resets in 24 hours at 25 may require 48 to 72 hours after 60. Harvard Health reports that overdoing frequency suppresses testosterone instead of restoring it. Instead of balance, men are left with lower energy, weaker erections, and higher cortisol, the stress hormone that clings fat to the waistline. The Mayo Clinic warns that excessive sexual strain without recovery can irritate the prostate, congest blood vessels, and weaken erectile response over time. In simple terms, too much doesn't build vitality, it breaks it down. And let's not ignore the mental toll. Many men confess that when they push too often, they don't feel stronger afterward. They feel drained, restless, sometimes even ashamed. That's not health, that's compulsion. So what's the healthy rhythm? Urologists generally recommend 2 to 4 times per week for men after 60. This pace allows testosterone to rebound, circulation to refresh, and erectile tissue to oxygenate without strain. It's not abstinence, it's balance. Gentlemen, let me turn the mirror toward you. Have you ever noticed that instead of feeling energized, you felt more exhausted after too much frequency? Comment YES if you've experienced it, no if not. You may be surprised how many other men are in the same boat. The lesson is simple. Masturbation after 60 is not about how often, it's about how wisely. Like medicine, the dose makes the difference between healing and harm, ignoring prostate signals. The second mistake many older men make is ignoring the signals from their prostate. Gentlemen, the prostate may only be the size of a walnut, but after 60, it can determine everything, from how well you sleep, to how steady your stream is, to how strong your erections remain. Yet too many men dismiss its signals as just aging. Small blue diamond waking up 2 or 3 times a night to urinate, they tell themselves, that's normal at my age. Small blue diamond, a weaker stream, sudden urgency, or the feeling of not fully emptying the bladder, they shrug it off. Small blue diamond discomfort during or after ejaculation. They keep silent, even from their doctor. But silence is not strength, and science proves it. The Journal of Urology, 2017, found that over half of men over 60 develop benign prostatic hyperplasia, BPH, an enlarged prostate. Untreated, it can lead to infections, bladder damage, and urinary retention. European Urology, 2018, warns that chronic prostatitis, if ignored, contributes to ongoing pelvic pain and even erectile dysfunction. And the Mayo Clinic emphasizes that prostate cancer, one of the most common cancers in men, often goes undetected early because warning signs were brushed aside. Gentlemen, let me flip the script. How many of you have ever ignored nighttime urination, weak flow, or discomfort because you thought it was just part of getting older? Comment YES if you've done it, no if you've already taken action. Your honesty here matters, because another man watching in silence might see your comment and finally realize, this isn't just me, this is a signal I can't ignore anymore. The prostate is like the check engine light on your car. When it flashes, you don't cover it with tape and pretend it's fine. You take it in. You fix it, because ignoring it only makes the breakdown worse. The lesson is clear. Prostate signals are not background noise. They are survival messages. Ignore them and you risk your health, your vitality, even your life. Listen to them and you preserve both strength and dignity, using the wrong technique. The third mistake many older men make is using the wrong technique. Let me share a comment from one of our viewers last week. He wrote, Doc, I've been doing it the same way for 40 years, tight grip, fast, always the same routine. Could that really be a problem now that I'm in my 60s? It's a great question, and the answer is yes, it can. According to the Journal of Sexual Medicine, 2018, repetitive high-pressure stimulation, sometimes called death grip syndrome, can desensitize penile nerves. This means erections still happen, but sensitivity drops. Natural intimacy with a partner may not feel as strong, and orgasm may become more difficult to reach. Another viewer asked, Doc, I sometimes feel soreness in my pelvis the next day. Is that normal? The Cleveland Clinic explains that excessive friction or high-intensity techniques can irritate the prostate and the pelvic floor. What feels satisfying in the moment can actually trigger inflammation and long-term discomfort. And let's not forget circulation. Erections are vascular events, dependent on smooth blood flow and nitric oxide release. Harvard Health reports that decades of only one mechanical, high-friction method can actually reduce variety in circulation patterns, making erectile tissue less resilient. Add the natural aging process and the risk of micro-tears or fibrosis becomes real. Here's the truth. What worked at 25 may harm at 65. The body changes and the habits must change with it. So what's the solution? Adaptation. Use lubrication, slow down, vary your rhythm. Explore gentler, circulation-friendly techniques that respect nerve sensitivity and prostate health. At this stage, the goal isn't speed, it's preservation. Gentlemen, let me turn it back to you. Have you ever noticed reduced sensitivity or lingering soreness after years of doing it the same way? Type 1 in the comments if yes, 0 if no. You might be surprised at how many men quietly share your story. Because in the end, the message is simple. Technique matters. Done wisely, it sustains vitality. Done poorly, it erodes it, neglecting recovery time. The fourth mistake many older men make is neglecting recovery time. At 25, the body can reset quickly. Testosterone rebounds overnight, blood vessels stay elastic, and the nervous system calms within hours. But after 60, things change. The body needs more time to recover. Ignoring that reality, pushing too often, too close together, doesn't build strength. It tears it down. Small blue diamond hormonal reset. Research from the Endocrine Society, 2019, shows that testosterone rebound is slower in older men. While younger men may restore hormone balance within 24 hours, men over 60 often need 48-72 hours. Without that pause, testosterone remains suppressed and cortisol, the stress hormone, lingers, leaving men fatigued and less motivated. Small blue diamond circulatory recovery. Erections are vascular events. The Journal of Gerontology, Medical Sciences, 2018, reported that men who engaged too frequently without recovery showed higher rates of pelvic congestion and reduced erectile response. Simply put, without rest, blood flow weakens instead of strengthens. Small blue diamond nervous system balance. Sexual activity activates the sympathetic nervous system, your body's fight or flight. In youth, the parasympathetic system quickly restores calm, but after 60, the reset slows. Harvard Health warns that overstimulation without recovery can lead to restless sleep, lingering stress, and even anxiety. Gentlemen, let's put it plainly, recovery is not weakness. Recovery is strategy. Just as muscles need rest between workouts, your sexual system needs space to heal, recharge, and come back stronger. So what's the healthy pace? Most urologists recommend 2 to 4 times per week for men in their 60s and beyond. This rhythm allows hormones to normalize, circulation to refresh, and tissue to stay oxygenated without strain. The lesson is clear. You don't build strength by doing more. You build it by balancing effort with rest. Ignoring overall health factors. The fifth mistake many older men make is ignoring the foundations of health. Too often, men treat sexual health as if it exists in a separate box, something to worry about only when intimacy is at stake. But here's the truth. Erections, desire, and vitality are simply reflections of overall health. Small blue diamond nutrition. Erections depend on nitric oxide, the molecule that relaxes and expands blood vessels. Diets high in sugar, processed foods, and unhealthy fats damage the endothelium, the lining of blood vessels, weakening circulation. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2018, confirmed that poor diet accelerates vascular aging and worsens erectile capacity. On the flip side, foods like leafy greens, beets, walnuts, and pomegranates supply the building blocks your body needs to generate nitric oxide and testosterone naturally. Small blue diamond exercise. The Journal of Sexual Medicine, 2017, found that sedentary men were twice as likely to experience erectile dysfunction compared to active men. Exercise reduces belly fat, supports hormone production, and keeps circulation strong. And it doesn't take hours in the gym. Even a brisk daily walk or light resistance training boosts male vitality. Small blue diamond sleep. This is where many men stumble. Testosterone is produced primarily during deep sleep. Harvard Health reports that men sleeping less than 5 hours a night can have testosterone levels comparable to men 10 years older. No supplement or diet plan can fully make up for what poor sleep takes away. The bottom line, sexual health doesn't stand apart. It rests on these 3 pillars. If one crumbles, performance suffers. Gentlemen, let me slip in a little humor here. If you've listened this far and still haven't tapped subscribe, maybe your prostate is more stubborn than you are. Go ahead, subscribe now. It's free, and unlike skipping vegetables or ignoring sleep, it can only do you good. The lesson is clear. Sexual health is whole body health. Fuel the body, move the body, and rest the body, and your manhood will follow. Believing abstinence protects health. The 6th mistake many older men make is believing that total abstinence protects health. It sounds noble on the surface. If I stop completely, I'll save energy, protect my prostate, and stay stronger. But modern science shows that the opposite is true. Small blue diamond prostate protection. A landmark study in European Urology, 2016, tracked thousands of men for decades. The findings were clear. Men who ejaculated more frequently, about 21 times per month, had a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer compared to men who rarely did. Regular release helps flush out old fluids, reduces inflammation, and lowers the chance of abnormal cell growth. Abstinence rather than protecting can actually increase risk. Small blue diamond erectile tissue health. Erections are not just pleasure, they are exercise. Harvard Health explains that regular erections oxygenate penile tissue, maintain elasticity, and keep blood vessels responsive. Without them, tissue stiffens, fibrosis develops, and natural erections become harder to achieve. Long stretches of abstinence can literally weaken the mechanism itself. Small blue diamond hormones and mood. Sexual activity, whether solo or partnered, releases dopamine, oxytocin, and prolactin, balancing mood and reducing stress. Without it, cortisol dominates. And chronic high cortisol doesn't just make you anxious. It raises blood pressure, weakens immunity, and accelerates fatigue. Gentlemen, the message is simple. Abstinence doesn't preserve vitality, it erodes it. The solution is not excess, but balance. Most urologists agree that 2 to 4 times a week provides the benefits: prostate clearance, tissue oxygenation, hormone balance, without strain. It's not about proving manhood, it's about protecting it. Strength is not found in silence or denial. True strength is found in balanced engagement, staying active, staying connected, staying alive, treating sexual health as taboo. The 7th and perhaps most damaging mistake is treating sexual health as taboo. For generations, men have been told that intimacy, erections, and masturbation are subjects best left unspoken. They hide their struggles, dismiss their discomfort, and pretend their concerns don't exist. But silence never healed a prostate. Silence never restored an erection. Silence never saved a man's health. The science proves this. The Journal of the American Geriatric Society, 2017, reported that over 50% of men over 60 with sexual dysfunction never once discussed it with their doctor. That means half of older men suffer in silence, missing the chance for early intervention that could have saved their health. Harvard Health warns that untreated sexual health concerns are tied to higher rates of depression, social isolation, and even cognitive decline. The cost of silence is not only physical, It's emotional and mental. And when men treat sexual health as taboo, they fall prey to myths. That abstinence protects health, that masturbation always harms, that desire after 60 is unnatural. None of this is supported by science, but myths thrive in silence. Gentlemen, let me ask you directly. Have you ever stayed quiet about sexual health issues, even when you knew something wasn't right? Type YES if you've kept silent, no if you've already spoken up. Your honesty may give another man courage to finally break his silence. Because here's the truth, sexual health is simply health. The prostate is no less important than the heart. Erections are vascular events, just like blood pressure. Testosterone is as vital as insulin or thyroid hormones. To treat these topics as shameful is to abandon your own well-being. Breaking taboo is not weakness, it's wisdom. It is courage. Men who speak, ask, and seek help are not less manly, they are more. They refuse to let silence steal their strength, their connection, their dignity. The final lesson is this: what shame hides, disease exploits. Don't let silence rob you of years you could have lived stronger, freer, and more confident. Final word and call to action. Gentlemen, we've walked together through the 7 mistakes that quietly erode a man's vitality after 60. Overdoing frequency, mistaking excess for strength. Ignoring prostate signals, dismissing the body's warning lights. Using the wrong technique, turning routine into harm. Neglecting recovery time, forgetting that rest is renewal. Ignoring overall health, pretending diet, exercise, and sleep don't matter. Believing abstinence protects health when science shows the opposite. Treating sexual health as taboo, letting silence feed disease. Each of these mistakes is common, each is preventable, and each, when corrected, can transform not just your sexual health, but your total health, your confidence, and your quality of life. Because the truth is this: you are not too old, you are not broken, and you are not finished. At 60, 70, even 80, your choices still shape your vitality. The science is on your side, but silence and inaction are not. Now it's your turn to act. Backhand index pointing right, hit that like button. Not for me, for yourself. Every man who taps like here declares, I still choose strength. I still choose life. Backhand index pointing right, comment below. If one of these mistakes hit home, type the number. If you're ready to change, type change. Your words might inspire another man to take his first step. Backhand index pointing right, share this video. Somewhere out there is a man suffering alone. One share could be the reason he finds hope. Backhand index pointing right and subscribe, because this is not the end, it's the beginning of a stronger chapter. Join the brotherhood. Don't walk this road alone. And let me leave you with this blessing. May every man who listens here find renewed strength, restored confidence, and lasting health. May your nights be restful, your mornings powerful, and your days full of purpose. May the universe itself bring you the joy, vitality, and freedom you've been waiting for. Stay strong. Stay